Before I reveal the 10 hidden female weaknesses every man needs to know, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Here, you learn what no one else dares to teach about power, psychology, and human behavior. Every week, I bring you new videos with real-life strategies that actually work. So hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and let's dive deep into this universe of forbidden truths. By the end of this video, I want to see your comment tell me which of these weaknesses surprised you the most. Even women who appear independent, discreet, or even cold want to be admired, recognized, and validated. This isn't just about breakups or rejection, it's that deep panic of being forgotten, ignored, or left aside emotionally. That's why women sometimes test, demand, or even provoke jealousy. It's an unconscious way of checking if they still matter. The man who offers selective presence, sometimes distant, sometimes warm, never predictable, becomes an irresistible challenge to the female subconscious. Many women, even mature adults, no matter how independent women have become, emotional safety is still one of the hidden pillars of any relationship. When a woman feels she can be herself without masks, without judgment, without competition, she drops all her defenses. Use this knowledge to build deeper, more authentic, and more powerful relationships. And remember, real power is not in exploiting weaknesses, but in protecting what is fragile and building trust. If you watched until here, share this video, leave your comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Now, tell me, which of these weaknesses have you noticed in real life? Men often confuse safety with predictability, but the safety she seeks is knowing that even if she fails, you'll understand, support her, but never be completely controllable. Have a heightened sensitivity to routine and existential emptiness. This leads to a constant search for novelty, stimulation, and fresh emotions. Men who understand this never let the relationship slip into monotony. They break patterns, create surprises, start deep conversations, or even allow for uncomfortable silences that force her mind to seek new connections. Being unpredictable, not reckless, but mysterious, keeps a woman's attention hooked and active. Anyone who is always available loses value fast because it feels emotionally easy. Even strong women often avoid open battles, preferring indirect strategies, hints, and emotional games. That's why the man who masters silence, maintains firm eye contact, and holds an unshakable posture becomes a fortress she can't easily break. Not answering right away, not falling into provocation, using silence as a reply, these all strip her of control, making her rethink her tactics and often retreat emotionally. Social media has amplified this need, but it's always been there. That's why likes, glances, and even tiny gestures can take on huge meaning in a woman's mind. A poorly chosen phrase, deep down, every woman fights invisible battles with her own self-image. Whether it's about her body, her intelligence, her social value, or her achievements, the man who understands this can change her life for better or for worse. Never attack this weakness, because that causes deep wounds. But if you know how to support her, give genuine compliments, help her see herself as unique and valuable, you'll have an influence that's impossible to break. This is where the relationship shifts from a game to a real bond. A change in tone, a gesture out of pattern, all of this is picked up almost instantly. Women notice nuances that most men miss. That's why anyone who learns to control micro-expressions, words, and attitudes silently gains an advantage. Be intentional with the details. Show you notice small changes in her, and you'll see a much stronger emotional connection. If you learn to give validation in a controlled, unpredictable way, you become the prize. Offer recognition only when she genuinely deserves it, and withdraw it at the right moments. This creates an emotional roller coaster far more gripping than any romantic speech. Ready? Let's get started, because today's content is about to open your eyes like never before. Throughout history, the greatest strategists have always tried to understand the female mind, not just out of curiosity. Women, in general, are far more sensitive to the opinions of friends, family, and society than most men realize. One negative or positive comment can completely change how she sees you. That is why anyone who builds a strong reputation and earns the approval of those around her automatically scores points. Many of a woman's decisions, from a simple date to a long-term relationship, are filtered through her group, get accepted by her social circle, and half the battle is won before she even realizes it. But because they knew that anyone who controls the emotional field controls the social game. It's not just about being a hard worker, but having a mission, a goal bigger than the relationship itself. When a woman sees you moving forward, growing, chasing something no one else can give you but yourself, She feels a mix of respect, admiration, and a healthy insecurity. This makes her work to be a part of your life, fearing being left behind. The focused man is almost always more magnetic than the man who is simply available. Machiavelli never wrote about love, but his thinking on power, influence, and social perception fits perfectly into the relationship between men and women. If you have ever been rejected, ignored, or felt outclassed by other men, the truth is simple. You probably overlooked these weaknesses. What you're about to learn will give you an edge in any conversation, relationship, or competition for attention. Breathe deeply, because this list starts now, and each weakness is a gateway to new understanding, not just about women, but about yourself. Weakness number 1, the silent fear of not being unique. Every woman, even the most confident, carries within her an almost invisible panic of being just another face in the crowd. The need to feel special is behind every choice, every outfit, every word spoken or left unsaid. If you spot this, you'll know how to compliment not just her beauty, but her uniqueness, her essence. Show her you see something rare, something you've never seen in anyone else, and you'll notice an instant change in her eyes, her tone, even her posture. But be careful. Do it subtly, never too directly, because if your intent becomes obvious, the effect disappears. The second weakness is the thirst for validation. The third weakness, the fear of emotional abandonment. The fourth weakness is the influence of the social environment. Fifth weakness, attraction to men with purpose. As obvious as it seems, there's a hidden weakness here. Sixth weakness, trouble handling boredom. The seventh weakness is the aversion to direct confrontation. Eighth weakness, the need for emotional safety. Ninth weakness, sensitivity to details. 10th weakness, the most powerful, self-image. These 10 weaknesses are not weapons to manipulate, but keys to understanding and navigating the female universe with respect and intelligence.